Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I'm a homeschool mom to 3. Today's video is going to be a homeschool update. We are nearing the end of the school year. We are in the final countdown and we have been kind of wrapping up a few things. And because we've wrapped up things a little bit early, some things have been added in to kind of fill that area until our school year is finished. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen a little bit of a peek at some of the changes that we have made, some things that we've switched around and added in. However, if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you have no clue. So first and foremost, my youngest daughter, and I probably mentioned it in the last update, she has finished letters and numbers, and we haven't really started a new curriculum yet for her. We have just been focusing on mastering the letter sounds and letter recognition a little bit more. And so she's been doing a lot of Explode the Code, the Get Ready for the Code series, the little primer series. So she's been doing a lot of those pages, and that has helped with sounds for sure. The other thing that she's been working on completely all on her own, she pulled off of the shelf, she pulled the Good and the Beautiful Booster A cards. So these booster cards go with the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten curriculum, which we have used a little bit of with my son in the past. And she pulled those blending cards down, and she's just been working on the first couple pages of blending two letter sounds together. And she's been doing really, really well with it. She is on fire to read. She wants to read so bad, and she can't wait. So she's been working all on her own, in her own free time, on those blending cards, just because she wants to so badly. A new development with her though is that she has now grasped the concept of CVC words. So she is actually reading 3-letter words now, and that just happened this week. So before this, she wasn't really grasping that concept yet. CVC words were a little bit out of her reach. She still was working on the how to blend kind of situation. And so I think that those booster cards have really helped her blend the two sounds, and then she adds the third sound onto it. And so that has been really good. She's been reading Bob books. So I have the beginning reader set of Bob books, and she has read the first 3 stories in that series just this week. So we've been doing that sometimes for her phonics practice during the week, and she's really enjoyed actually reading real words and real stories. She's so excited about it. We have also picked Matthew C. primer back up, which I think I may have mentioned in the last update video of either we did or we were going to. So we have picked that back up, and we are going through it, slowly progressing. I find that she's not mastering the concepts in the book, and she's not really meant to. So primer or primer, however you want to say it, is an introductory to a lot of different math subjects, and so she's not meant to master them. That is going to be done later in the curriculum. That's how it's designed. So I'm not really stressing too hard on her mastering her place value right now, or any of the overreaching concepts that are a little bit advanced for her at the moment. But I am working on simple addition with her. She loves using the blocks. She loves being able to manipulate it to figure out the answer. She could do that really well. So we are working on some addition and some counting, and just building her number sense a little bit. Okay, so for my son, he has finished his Apologia Math 2. So that was his math curriculum this year, and he finished that, oh gosh, it had to have been the very beginning of March or end of February, somewhere in there, middle of February, somewhere in there. He finished his entire curriculum. And so I do have Math 3 coming, but I don't really want that to start yet. anyway. I would rather save that for next year and just kind of work on some of those concepts he's already learned this year and just get some extra practice and build some like addition and subtraction fluency and that kind of thing. So that is what we've been working on for math, because I don't want to just stop math just because he's done already with his book. So I actually had the PDF on my computer for Math Mammoth 2A and 2B, which are addition and subtraction books for second grade. And I had them on my computer from back when my daughter was working on that kind of thing. So I just printed 2A out for him, and he's been doing that as his math, and he actually really, really loves it. So he thinks math is fun. He thinks equations are super fun, and he does not mind doing a page of just equations. Like, he loves doing it. So Math Mammoth is very cut and dry. It's very straight to the point. It's very, here's a bunch of equations. But it also is really good about teaching children tips and tricks to make the math concepts come easier. So different tricks with subtracting and adding 9s or 8s. There's different little methods that they'll have the child think about in a roundabout way to get the answer. And it's very conceptual. It's very, I think it's good for his brain to kind of play around with math in a different way. So he's been doing really good with Math Mammoth, and he's been enjoying it. It's very like, there's a lot of like puzzles and like challenges too at the end of the pages that he absolutely loves trying to figure out. Like, he loves a math challenge. So he's doing well with that. And we will move into Apologia Math 3 next school year, not this year. The next thing, we actually started a new novel study with my daughter, my oldest daughter. So we are reading Esperanza Rising. I may have mentioned that in another update, but I think it was on Instagram that I mentioned it. But that's our new novel study that we've been reading through. So we are, I don't know what chapter we're on, but we're, I would say about halfway through the book, and we're using the novel study guide from Where'd You Learn That, and that's going really, really well. So that's the new book we're reading. I want to do that before we jump into the Ticket to Learning study, so that'll be our next novel study, but that one is going to be really in-depth, and I'm going to get my other kids involved in it too. So that's going to be a little bit of a different fun spring thing that we do. So hopefully we can finish out that book this March and then begin the Ticket of Learning study next month. So my biggest struggle, I would say, this last month or two has been writing with my oldest daughter. So like I've said before, she's a very reluctant writer, and it doesn't make teaching writing very easy. We have been using Write Shop Junior, and that went okay until it kind of just got to be a lot. Like, I feel like it's a very hands-on program. There's a lot of prep. There's a lot to read beforehand. I feel like it's a little bit less open and go that I particularly care for. So we got to a certain point to where it was just not really serving us well anymore. I dreaded the prep. She hated the activities anyway, so I felt like I was kind of wasting my time. She, I thought, would really love the project-based writing, but she's just not been into it. So we kind of took a break from that. She was supposed to be writing like a book report or something, and it was kind of confusing the way that they want you to break it down. And I was finding that I felt like I was almost stifling her natural writing voice, because she does actually have a very natural, very nice writing voice when she like tries and is able to like free write. She does. But with trying to structure everything and like, oh, we have to go in this order and your paragraph has to be structured this way, it was stressing both of us out. We were both overwhelmed. She like just would blankly not know what to write. She's like, I don't even know what to write. What do I write next? When she's asked to like free write, she had no problem getting her thoughts kind of out. And yes, they may have been a little bit disorganized. And yes, they may have been like really detailed, or she's like wrote too much almost, but it was better and it flowed better and it was more interesting to read than any of the stuff that we have tried to do in the structure of what the curriculum said. So we both got overwhelmed one day, and like there were tears on my end because I just feel so much pressure to make her a good writer. And like I just want her to be able to write the way that college wants her to, that SAT tests want her to, and that she needs to learn how to do to succeed in those people's standards. And it's stressful. Like she needs to be able to write well according to them. But I also want her, like I don't want to suffocate her writing voice and make it so much like everybody else's, or just to where it doesn't sound or interesting to read. And I feel like we've kind of hit that moment where it's stifling her creativity too much. We just got really overwhelmed one day, and like I was in tears because, like I said, pressure of just trying to make sure she knows what she needs to know. And she was like very comforting to me because of it. And yeah, so honest moment, sometimes I cry. And sometimes I feel overwhelmed with homeschooling and just like the sheer responsibility of it. But getting past that day, I decided, okay, I'm not even going to go. I like put the curriculum aside, and I was like, Lacey, I want you to just write a summary of this book that we just read. Just go. Just do it how you want to, and let me read it when you're done. So she did that, and it was so good. It was so much her voice, and like it flowed really well. And yes, she probably put too many details in because it's supposed to be a summary and she's like trying to tell the whole story. But at least it was good, and like, I don't know. So we're kind of at this like standstill with writing. I did pick up Jump In Writing, which is a middle school composition. And I did talk about it on Instagram a little bit, and we've been using that, and that has been very gentle. I love how broken down into steps it is. I love the conversational tone of it. It's written to the student, and it's written to a reluctant writer. I love that because everything that it's saying, I know that she's thinking in her brain, like, oh, dreading writing, like it might give you warm, fuzzy feelings, and it might make you feel like you're swimming with sharks. So like stuff like that, like that's literally in the book. And I just appreciate that because I feel like it makes writing seem a little more relatable and less daunting. And it's like, okay, if you don't love it or you struggle with it, but this book, they promise over and over again that they're gonna show them how to get through it. We've been using that, and that's been actually going really well. Like we've had actual laughs and stuff with that, which is super cool. And we haven't really completed any writing pieces yet with that. We're just kind of like in the intro part, the like introduction to everything, and like we're just getting into like opinions and stuff and forming opinions. It's going pretty well. And so that's just kind of, we're keeping it a little more simple, and we're just taking it day by day. We started a new art curriculum a month or so ago, maybe a little longer. It's Outside the Box Creation, and it's a subscription service, and you can pay a monthly fee for a subscription box to be mailed to you with all supplies. Or you can do what I've done, and I actually signed up for their digital art class, which is you still get the guide for the 4 weeks of art study, but you collect the materials on your own, which I like that better because it makes it more affordable, one. And two, I can source materials. I don't mind doing that at all. We always have art stuff on hand, and I can get them if I need them. So that's been going really well. We're on our first unit, we're doing impasto, and we're doing chalk pastels, and we really, really enjoy it so far. It gets into like technique and how to use the pastels, which I really, really loved. And then there's a couple, I think 3 different art projects using the pastels in a variety of ways. And then we'll move into the next unit after that, and the next one after that. And it's super fun. And right now, it's a little bit hard to find. I'll put the link in the description box specifically for the page you need, but they have a deal where you can get half off that digital subscription. So normally it's $20, but with the half off, you pay $10 a month, and you get a whole month's worth of art study information, video tutorials, supply lists, information about the art or an artist, a book suggestion. So yeah, that's what we've been using for art, and it's been a lot of fun just doing art as a family. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that we're using the Curious Kinder, and I think that I did talk about that in an update video, but I just wanted to update how it's going. It's going really super well. We use it almost like a morning time starter for my 2 youngest kids. So I bought the program for my kindergartner, Isla, but my 8-year-old loves it too. So he's been joining in with Curious Kinder, and we've been doing it together, and it's been so much fun. We're reading through the Lighthouse Family series. We're on the 3rd book in that. And then the science tie-in uses the Kate Messner science book. So like Over and Under the Waves, which is the one we're doing now, Over and Under the Rainforest, and so on. So we are learning all about the oceans. We're learning about ocean animals, and we're reading the Lighthouse Family, and it's just like a really fun, relaxing time. I don't use everything in the curriculum. Like there's Bible and memory work and like all the stuff that you can do. We're not doing that. We're really focusing on the literature and the questions with the literature. And then we do like art tutorials with it, and we learn about the animals. We do the science part. And any of like the geography tie-ins as well. But that's basically what we use out of the program, and we're really, really enjoying it. We've made like an entire gallery wall up on my ceiling, high up on the wall, of the things that they've created with specifically the Curious Kinder. And it's just been a really sweet, enjoyable time, and just adds a little bit more fun and joy into our homeschool days. And I love it. So that's been a really, really fun thing that we've been doing. And so we're going to stick with it. We don't do it every day, but we do it most days. Usually 3 to 4 days a week, we do that program in the morning. And yeah, we really love it. So I think that that's everything. Like everything else is going well. If I didn't talk about it, we're still doing All About Reading. That's going super well. He's making a ton of progress lately. We're still using Gather Round U.S. History. We're still using Apologia Earth Science. What else? We're still using Apologia Math 6. We've gotten into like algebra stuff, and that's going actually really well. I love the way that that's broken down. It's just like really baby steps, which is what we both need. So that's going well. I think that that's everything. Everything else is going really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Let me know how your year is going, how it's wrapping up. What are some of your favorite things that you've used so far this year? I would love to know. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.